I like to show up late once in a while. Am I even live right now? I have no idea. But who cares? I don't really. I don't even know. I don't know. Whatever. So let me see here. That's not what I'm doing. I am trying to share out my feed. Shonny! Oh my god! Snap out of it! I'm just waiting for people to join me. Hold on 1 second. So, we need to talk about things, people. We need to talk about this. Jamie Taylor, hey Michelle Harris, how are you? Sherry DeWitt, what's going on? I'm going to share this out to a few groups really quick, just because I can, and I should. Share to a group. I think it's already gone there. It's going to go there. I don't need to share. What? No. Ugh, stop asking me stupid questions. Let me see here. International Angels. I'll share it to Quarantine and Chill just because I used to share it there a lot. I'll probably get in trouble. Whatever, who cares? Good evening, you guys. How are you guys? What's going on? Okay, I think I posted out to everywhere. Hey, Shamitra White, how are you? Hey, Kim Kuchler, how are you? Hey, Stacey Hansen and Salima Breeze and Ivana Sfragulia. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I hope I didn't butcher it too badly. As groups get Marty. What's Marty mean? I don't know what Marty means. Marty, the one-man party. What are we doing, guys? Hi, Catherine Grunke. I don't know. Here to figure it out. Okay, well, if you're looking to me to figure it out, girl, you're in trouble, Salima. Girl. I ain't got your answers, girl. I'm hoping one of you motherfuckers gonna poke out for me. No, I'm just kidding. So, I'm here to do the Triple H Hour. We're gonna have some fun. I was gonna schedule a reading next week. I have some great news. Oh, good, Shamitra. Message me, dear. I need to make my money. So, privates are always great. I love it, Shamitra. I would love that. I'm totally bored. I'm like hanging off the ceiling, Kim. Kim Kutzler says she's bored. Hey, Karen McIntosh, how are you doing? I'm kind of a little bit feeling the boredom too, I've got to say. The last 2 days have been a little bit itchy for me in a weird way. Like, I don't need anything. Everything's okay. That's the funny thing. Like, when I want to get like hypey or like weird about stuff, I just keep hearing this voice that it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. Not to say that I'm not nervous or worried, but I'm just kind of trying to not get caught up in that fear. And so I think that's really key for all of us right now. I don't know. It's certainly key for me. You guys can take that with it for whatever it's worth and utilize it or not. But for me, I know that I do better when I'm not focusing on the worry and fear. And then the boredom sets in. So I start reading or I try and find something to do. Hey, Sharon Kirk. Michelle Harris is swinging off her lampshade. Get it, girl. Wear it as a hat at the party. I live in a fifth wheel with my 2 dogs and my hubby can't go see the family. I know, but don't focus on that, Kim. You've gotta like sort of focus on what's good. That you have a husband and 2 dogs and that you're safe where you are, right? And that we can keep ourselves safe and we can get through this and we can hope for the better, we can hope to see a turn in events, right? That is going to hopefully help us to progress out of this situation. Not further deeper into it, right? So we want to think about that as we move forward. That's what I think. And I know that it's, a crazy crisis, and I'm not saying to turn a blind eye, but I also don't think that it does any good to spin our wheels and get really upset over something we can't control. I can tell that my internet's being weird. I hope you guys can hear me. Hey, Shatana, how are you? It is like Mother Earth needed a breather, so did we all. I think we all need to really keep this breather going. Tomorrow's forecast is actually, I did it and I put it up over at Patreon. And one of the cards is all about taking a breather. One of the cards is totally about resting and just rejuvenating ourselves as Mother Earth rejuvenates herself. And also not forgetting to dream, guys. Like, there's this aspect to what's going on in this world right now where I think that we don't know what's coming in the future, so we're fearful of dreaming. And I think that that's like a big mistake we're making. We need to not worry about how it's going to happen. It's just a matter of like almost treating it as if when, you know, what do I want when it happens? What do I want when we're stable again? When the curve has flattened? When this goes away? We want to start thinking in those terms, right? Ideally. I mean, do to keep yourself safe. Do, you know, do all of the things that are being precautioned to do, like washing your hands, keeping safe social distance, staying, you know, sheltering in place for right now. Do those things that are suggested, but also don't give up the ability to dream. Don't give up the ability to have hope. That's really, I think, one of the most important things about this whole thing. And then also supporting each other through this, right? And that's why I'm here now, to help support you guys. So I want to do a couple of card pulls for people just for some fun, I guess. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be fun for you guys. God knows what's going to come out in the cards. Ugh. But let's see, right? Can't hurt anything, right? Well, who knows what cards will come up. I actually was going to try and do something, but I think doing it here on live might not work with all of you guys watching. It might get boring for some of you. I have this, oh, excuse me. Oh, no yawning. No yawning. I have this chakra-y thing that I've kind of come up with that I want to practice on people. And what I think it is it's sort of like a chakra report where I can like look at your chakras and sort of see what's going on and where they're going and which way they're spinning. And I use pendulums to do it. And it tells me what's going on with your chakras. And then I can have the pendulum sort of reset your chakras. And it's kind of fun. And I'm kind of intuitively guided to want to do it. But I don't know that it would make good entertainment for you guys right now in stay at home, in shelter in place. So we'll do cards. That'll be the fastest. So, and the most easy. So, somebody needs to pick a number between that I'm thinking about. Because and here's the thing, guys, if you don't get picked for a card, it's not anything personal. I just want you to know that right out of the gate. This is not like a personal thing. So if you don't get noticed or don't get picked, it's not that I'm not paying attention, okay? So, let's see. Somebody pick a number between 1 and 15. And the first person that gets the number between 1 and 15. Hey, Casey Ray, how are you? Will get a card. So you got to start throwing out numbers between 1 and 15. I am reading the chat at this point. 15 is not the number Catherine Grunke. 12 is not the number Michelle Harris. 5 is not the number Chamitra. 8, Shatana, no. Michelle Harris, 21, no. 8, no. Me Please, 5, no. 9, no. 3, no. Salima, no. Catherine Grunke, not 6. Stacy Hansen got it with 7. Stacy Hansen got it with 7. Stacy Hansen, you guys can stop guessing. Stacy Hansen, you're our winner. Stacy, you got it with your guess of 7. They're still guessing. You guys, the lag must be bad. Stacy Hansen, are you there, dear? Just give me a yes that I have your permission to pull a card for you. You guys, like Kim Kuchler, I got it too! I mean, come on, you guys, it's a free card. Like, let's not get like goofy about it. Stacy Hansen was the first 7 that I saw. So, come on. We'll do this again. It's not like she's the only card of the night. So where is Stacy? I just need to see. Oh, Stacy's here. Okay, she says yay. All right, Stacy. So let's see what your card is tonight. Let me look. No fighting, kids. No fighting. We've got to keep the energy high and good. No bickering. No like pulling your sister's hair in the backseat. Don't make me pull this car over. All right, let me see here. What does Stacey Hansen need to know during this time? Okay. Also, just as another little like aside, when you guys get upset that you don't get picked, it upsets me. Just so you know, like I feel bad like an asshole, and it makes me not want to like. I'm trying to find the most fair way to get it so that people get cards, and so I don't want you guys to be like, oh well, I didn't get mine, because then I feel like I'm not doing my job well. So just please keep that in mind and bear that in mind, and just keep trying, and hopefully at some point you'll get a card. All right, so let me switch cameras really quick. All right, so this is Stacey's card. Ooh, new beginnings with the Fool Child. Stacey, you're not pregnant, are you? Look at that big old fetus right up in the center of that card. Anyways, the fetus named Cletus. He is here and has arrived. Anyways, the Fool Child is always it's the beginning card of the Major Arcana. To me, it always represents, not even just to me, in general tarot, it always represents new beginnings, new journeys, starting over, starting fresh. That might be what's happening to you right now. I think that, like, with everything that's going on in the world, I think a lot of us could probably relate to this card. This card could actually be a really good, not only is it a good card to start off the night, but it's a good card for all of us where we're at in our lives. But in Stacey's case, I feel like there's actually a new beginning that you're afraid to kind of take, or you're afraid to sort of move forward. And the reason why I say that there's this fear is I'm looking at this doll's face, and this doll's face is really pulling my attention. She's like, but I don't want to go there. But I don't want to go there is what I'm hearing. But you kind of know that you have to, Stacey. And I feel like there's a lot of different people that are got a lot of different opinions on what and how you should do things. And maybe those opinions have let up a little bit because we're in this sort of space of sheltering in place, right? Maybe we can't necessarily do anything just yet, right? Or we can't make any decisions. But I kind of feel like this was like this new journey that you were getting ready to take before this all kicked off and we all got stopped. And I feel like this card, when I look at it, in some ways you're sort of relieved that you didn't have to make that step forward or that change, but you kind of know that you're going to have to make that change. That's the fear in this doll's face. Is I sort of feel like you might be a little bit like on pause right now, but you're sort of relieved by that because it gives you this moment to kind of really sort of almost get up the strength and the bravery to move forward when it is time to move. I also, like I said, I feel like there's other people that have opinions of what they think you should and should not do. And that might be pulling you in different directions a little bit. The thing with the Fool Child card is it's always about sort of this idea of keeping an open mind, keeping this air of enthusiasm, this high vibration similar to that of a child, right? But also the open-mindedness to not be in fear, right? That's kind of the fool part where it sort of feels like, am I being foolish by stepping forward on this unknown path? We're kind of all on an unknown path right now. But I sort of feel for you sort of knew where you were heading beforehand. Maybe the fear is that it's not going to move forward when this all does come to an end. But you guys, we have to remember that there will be an end to this. Like this whole cycle that we're in and this drama that we're dealing with, I don't even like saying it, but I think that it will get better and it's just going to take some time. And maybe the fear that I'm seeing in this face here is that, uh-oh, are we going to get back to normal so that I can start this journey? But what I do want to say with this card, Stacey, is right now, if you're finding that you're idle or you don't have a lot of time to make the changes that you wanted to, or that you were planning on making or getting ready to make, and then sort of everything kind of ground to a halt, I sort of feel like stay positive and keep an open mind. Don't forget, like I was saying earlier, don't forget to continue to kind of dream about where this new beginning can take you, where this new path can take you. And it's only like, to me, I feel like as I'm looking at this card, what I want to say is it's only a matter of time before you'll get to start back down that path. And then the opinions start again of other people and what they think you should and shouldn't be doing. And I just kind of feel like you don't want to listen to those opinions, if that makes any sense at all. I know you love them, or whoever these people may be. They're important people to you, like family and friends that have their opinions, maybe even a partner that has certain opinions, but I think you have other ideas, my dear. Like, you have other ideas, and you kind of know that if you don't act on those ideas, you're gonna not miss out, but you really want to me, I feel this draw in this card, like you really want to take this step when you're ready to. It looks like a Chucky doll. She says, got 3, that's enough. That is enough. But maybe that's what's pulling you in different directions. Maybe it's the children right now. That's like 3 kids is a lot. But I do feel like you're being pulled in different, and it feels by like important people. So maybe it's the kids. I felt like family members. Like, it seems to me like everybody around you might have an opinion about what you should and shouldn't be doing it, or how you should and shouldn't be doing it. And it's kind of like Stacy kind of knows what she wants to do, and she's just kind of waiting for the right opportunity to move forward and do it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And I hope that offers you some help tonight, my dear. All we need to do is believe. We need to start thinking about the end too, like, and I mean the end in a good way, like this all coming to the issue is that we're behind, China and everything in this experience, China and Europe and all of that, but we're also a much bigger country, like mass-wise, and so it's going to take a little bit longer for us to sort of go through this. You're on your own, Stacy? It does make sense? Okay, good. I'm surprised you're on your own. I feel like, is the father's completely out of the picture? Because I feel like he's not completely out of the picture. He's down here. He's this man in the white coat. He may not be, like, doing his job, but he's around still. Correct? Feels like he's still sort of maybe around. He's maybe got some idea of how you should be doing stuff. He pops his head up from time to time. Alright, so let's get on to the next. See who's next. My dog's snoring. He's ripping logs. You do hear snoring, Jamie. It's the dog. Yeah, he's snoring like big time over in the chair. He's asleep. He hasn't seen them in 5 years. No bueno. I'm sorry, Stacy. Alright, so let's do a number between... What did we do? We did 1 and 15. So let's do a number between 15 and 30. 15 and 30. I'm 11 now, Olivia. A number between 15 and 30. Not 33, because that's past 30, Salima. Not 23, not 20, Shamitra, not 12, Tony. Hey, Tony. Not 27, Renee Lynn. Not 26. Dunhouse and Deacon. Well, Shatana Leverett won it with 22. She got in there right in front of Patty Connell. Alright, so I got 2 22s. I got Shatana, and Patty came in right behind her with a 22. So I'm going to give it to Shatana and Patty. Jamie Taylor also came in with 22, but I'm sorry, Jamie, I'm not giving away. You've gotten cards in the recent past. So I'm going to go with Shatana and then Patty. Because you both said 22 probably right at the same time. Selena says, well played. Alright, so Shatana, I know that I have your permission. And then, who was the other lady? You guys are still guessing numbers. We've already got winners. 22 was the number. Shatana got it, and I can't remember the other lady's name. Who was the other lady right behind her? Patty? Is that what I said? Oh my god. This is what happens to my brain when I'm stressed, guys. It's like it becomes like a sieve. If I'm stressed out, I don't want to say that I'm stressed out, but like if I'm worried about stuff, and I know it's easier said than done to, you know, say like, oh, take your mind off of it. But I really do try and not focus on the worry. But I can tell that I'm worried, like underneath it all, you know, because I can't remember a fucking thing. Patty Connell. Okay, thank you, Patty. Thank you for speaking up. All right, so I'm going to go with Shatana's card first, and then Patty's. All right, so let's see what we've got going on. Okay. What does Shatana need to know right now? Thank you, Donna. She says Donna says she loves waking up to me for her day, and it starts with your vibe. Thank you very much. So this is the card for Shatana, and then I'm gonna do Patty's really quick since you guys are gonna go back to back. So Patty Connell. Let's see, what does Patty do? You guys, please share out the feed if you'd like. I'd appreciate it. All shares are greatly appreciated. Okay, this is Patty's card. It's the second card. All right, I'm gonna flip the cameras around really quick. Let's see here. Okay. So this is Shatana's card here. So Shatana, you got the universe. Very, very interesting. To me, this is also... The universe to me is always about like sort of everything kind of coming at us at once, or all of these options being laid out in front of us. But to me, this also feels like this inability to choose one or feeling stuck. The minute I look at this feels similar to that Fool card, right? Where we have these options in front of us, but this statue to me feels like we feel like we're held in place. And again, I'm gonna say this, guys, I feel like this card, and I don't mean to hammer down this same road, but to me this feels like right now, while we're centered in this place, what do we want from the universe? Because it feels to me like it'll be brought to us when the time is right, as long as we sort of imbue it with like enough like sort of positive energy and positive thought. It's like sort of swirling around us and trying, like waiting for us to decide kind of what it is we want, right? Not what it is we want, but like maybe working on like how it comes about, or what is the next phase of our life going to look like? And that's sort of like the question that I want to pose to you, Shatana, is it's sort of like, what do you want next? Because to me, this is a powerful card. This is also Major Arcana. This says to me that it will give you whatever you kind of ask for. This is like the World card. This is the actual, we started with the beginning card, right? And this is the end card of the Major Arcana, right? So this is sort of the end of the Fool's journey, and having experienced it, all of it, right? So with this, there's more of an awareness of, wow, I have this awareness of creation. I have these things that I could create, but I do feel stuck right now. So I don't necessarily know, how do I want to put this? Like, I feel like, I know you, Shatana, so I know that you know that you're creating all of the time, right? But I feel like this stuck energy, or maybe feeling confined to home, makes you forget that you're still emanating out of vibration, and that vibration still is creating something, right? And so to think about it in those terms, don't forget that, because I think that this card says to me that there's a lot on board, or there's a lot on offer when it is ready to flow in, right? So we want to be aware of that. Where, like with the Fool card, it's more about going through the experiences and learning about what's on offer. This is already having sort of been through the cycle, knowing all the multitude of things on offer, and now trying to make a clear decision on, okay, what is it that I want when this next cycle starts? Does that make sense? And so keep that in mind as you're feeling a little bit, like, I don't want to say stuck, because I don't feel as though you're stuck, because I do feel that there's still creation happening in this card, but it does feel like maybe you think you're stuck. Does that make sense? This says to me you're not, and that there's all of this opportunity for all sorts of things to come your way as you make yourself like more aware of it, more accessible to it, and let it sort of flow in. Did I lose you guys? Thank you, Shatana. So it's interesting, we got the Fool and then we got the Universe, like the beginning and the end of the major arcana. So I'm going to take that down and let me look at Patty's card now. So Patty, my other number 22. Oh, beautiful card. So this is the Nine of Wands. This is integrity. Wands is the element of fire and the aspect of spirit. So to me, this is sort of about like where does this whole situation hit with you as far as like your integrity and your morals, your sort of feelings about others, your feelings about the world. I feel like that's what's up for you right now. That's what's up for question. The interesting thing is I'm totally feeling loneliness in this little statue here. And I mean that like maybe you're sheltered in place and you're having time to ponder, but there is this beautiful opportunity here to sort of reflect upon those deeper spiritual meanings about life. The spine to me represents sort of like the strength that you have within you, right? The spiritual strength that you've sort of relied upon in other areas of your life throughout, where it's how do I want to say this? It's like you've been through worse situations, just not quite like this, so to speak. So this feels like different than anything you've ever dealt with, but you've dealt with such things in the past that it's built you in such a way that the spine is speaking to your strength, right? That you can indeed handle all of this, and that there might be a major point of self-reflection right now happening, but that it's sort of opening you up to understanding the abundance and the beauty of your own spirit, your own spiritual nature, your own connection to your own spirit, and the integrity that comes with that. This is a really like wonderfully like solid card, right? It's also very abundant, but it's like abundant on a personal, internal level is how I feel. And so I think this is something that you could be getting out of this time. If you're not already exploring it, it's maybe something that you could potentially explore to really bring about sort of personal abundance, like that sort of deep appreciation of yourself at the level of spirit. I hope that makes sense. I mean, generally 9s are about sort of like personal abundance, where 10s are about completion and like sort of group abundance is the way that I kind of look at it when I'm reading cards. 9s are about like we're almost there, we've hit it for ourselves, now we've got to figure out in the 10s how to sort of give it out to others. Here, this is about this time that you're alone, and the reflection that you're taking is bringing you closer to like your own understanding of yourself, your own spirit, your own relationship to maybe your God. That's this church here. It's showing you the strength that through the experiences you've been through, is this spine. And you're walking, there's this man walking this lonely path, right? You're walking this solo path right now, but there's something that's being gained from this. You have to believe that, even if it feels maybe a little bit lonely or at times uncomfortable. But you're well prepared to handle this. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, Patty. I hope I didn't lose you. I'm not sure if I lost you or not. So let's go with What did we do? We did 15 through 30. So let's go with 30 through 45. Right? That's 15 more numbers, right? Oh my God, my brain can't wrap around this. So 30 to 45, go now. Whoever guesses the number gets a card. You're welcome, Patty Connell. No, Salima, not 45, not 33, Casey, not 37, Shamitra, not 37, Renee. It's funny you guys are guessing right back to back the same numbers. And not 45, not 43, not 45, Lori, not 35, Karen, not 36, Michelle, not 44, Lisa. Thank you for the heart, Ivana. Not 32, April. Not 33, Lisa. Not 40, Donna. Not 32. Not 45. Not 38, Tony. Not 44, Michelle. Not 43, Michelle. Not 31, Michelle. Don't mess with that painting, please. Not 41, Donna. Not 38, Shamitra. Not 32, Michelle. Not 42, Sharon. Not 24, not 36. 39, Salima Breeze. Salima Breeze gets it. It's 39. 39, Salima Breeze got the number. So Salima Breeze, you get a card. We've got our winner. Miss Salima Breeze. All right, you guys, stop guessing. We've got a winner. All right, you guys are still guessing. Sharon, don't be trying to slide in that 39 there. We already got a winner. I did see 30. I saw 38, I think. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys are funny. All right, so let's see what's going on for Salima Breeze for 39. Let's see here. What does the Salima Breeze need to know? What's gonna help her? Will you guys not play around the painting? Oh, my cats are being jerk butts. I swear to God, I think they're channeling my housebound energy. They're like jumping across the furniture like they never have before. It's crazy. Alright, Salima Breeze. Let's see what Salima wants to know. What does she need to know right now? What's the most Sharon got 39 way late, Michelle. It doesn't work that way. It's the first 39 that I see. So if I didn't see it... Alright, you guys, like this... See, the minute we start going like this... Hold on. The minute you all start henpecking about, I got 39, I got 26, it becomes low vibe. Like, I feel like I'm an ass. I feel like I'm not giving you what you want. I'm not having fun at that point. And then I'm doing this all for free. So if we've got a winner and it's Salima, it's obvious that I saw that 39. Now, if I made a mistake and I missed Sharon's previous 39, you're gonna have to let it go. I mean, I don't know what to do. Like, but having grown women, like... Oh, Sharon got it. It doesn't make me feel good, guys. Doesn't make me want to do this. Like, it's supposed to be fun. So I'm coming on to do this because it's Tuesday night and I want to have fun with you guys. But if you guys are going to get like all pissy about who said 39 first, it's not... And then Sharon's throwing me smiling, laughing faces like she thinks it's funny. So, do we think it's funny to upset the guy that's trying to do stuff for free and help you guys, or do we not? I'm just gonna wait here until, like, you guys can figure it out, because now you guys are cutting into Salima's stuff, who actually did win. Don't start fighting and calling each other names like Dawn, please don't. It's not about that. It's about the fact that this is trying times for everybody, right? I get on here to try and help people, and then it feels like sometimes, I'm just going to explain to you guys a little bit about what it feels like to do what I do. I've got 22 people in here all begging and wanting a free card. I feel all of your guys' energy. I choose to get on to do this to try and help. I'm not a victim, it's not a problem. I choose to do this because it makes me feel like I'm serving a purpose. But ultimately, you guys have to respect my space too. And know that I'm like trying to make it fun for everybody. I'm not trying to be like stern daddy, but like, it's just like, it just gets to like not be what I like. Because then I feel like I've upset somebody, or I end up with the emails in my email box. People inbox me going, why didn't I get a card? And it's like, that's not the point of the evening, guys. I'm always available for a paid reading if you want one. You know? All right, now let's get back to Selena Breeze. All right, Selena. So Selena, for your card, let me see here. Sorry about that, Selena. So your card is the Child of Crystals, which is the element of air and the intellect. This is learner. For me, when I look at this card, it sort of has this idea about enthusiasm around learning new ways of thinking. The child energy is always about sort of enthusiasm, being excited about things, trying to be open to new ways of thinking. I feel like there might be some things, some old ways of thinking that you're sort of in the process of learning how to release during this time. The reason why I say that is when I look at this darker corner up here, this reminds me of old, outdated thought, maybe old limiting self-beliefs, things like that that you're maybe struggling against and trying to learn how to let go of. This child with his open hands down here makes me think about like the receptivity of sort of taking this time while you're in this sort of space of, where the world has kind of stopped, and we have this opportunity for you where I think it would best suit you, or what would work well for you, is to sort of find your way out of some of the outdated ways of thinking and finding yourself more open to new ways of how you see yourself, where you fit in the world, what you believe you deserve, that sort of energy, right? To me, it feels like you're moving yourself forward in how you hold yourself mentally in your life, and this is sort of a new phase of that. Like there's a sort of, with this light here, I feel like there's a new dawn kind of coming, right? There's a new opportunity here for how we choose to hold ourselves, how we choose to see ourselves, whether or not we're critical of ourselves, like maybe letting go of some of that critical energy or those thoughts that might not even belong to us, right? Maybe they're like thoughts of like, oh, Selena, you should do this, or you should do it that way. Whatever it is, maybe that might be the voices of our parents in our head, that sort of thing. You're learning how to sort of maybe let that go and change that. And from that, there will be growth, and there will be a different sort of way of relating to yourself mentally that's going to be really positive, I think, in the long run. It's going to allow you to kind of almost like, to me, the word that I'm feeling like is you're like sort of updating your mental tapes in a way, like those sort of ideas that we hold about ourselves or ourselves. I feel like this card says to me that she's in the process of releasing some of those old, outdated tapes and learning new ones, right? Teaching herself new ones, like a child, like how you would teach a child arithmetic, or they take this time through either contemplation, meditation, whatever, and start to notice in the silence where your thoughts are coming from. Are they serving you or are they not, right? And if they're not, if they're coming from this sort of maybe darker, more fearful place, like up in this upper corner, we want to start to sort of shake free of that and let them go and open ourselves to new ways of thinking and learn new ways of talking to ourselves or holding ourselves in our space. And from that, like, growth happens, light happens, change happens. And you start to really live in that new sort of vision of who you are, right? Because you're mentally believing that and seeing that for yourself. Exactly, as I'm working on my craft of writing, but I hold myself back. Well, I think that you're going to stop holding yourself back. Hey, Emily, how are you? Lori, I'm not upset. I'm not sure who you're talking to. I don't even know what's going on. I'm looking at the card at this point. I've moved on. I just don't. I hate it when people feel like they don't get picked or they're missing out. It makes me feel bad, and I can't read everyone. And so that's my thing. It's I just don't want like people to walk away feeling like they didn't get picked or something. But there's no way to do this in a fair manner when I've got like 20 people in the room and everybody wants a card. So I just have to do it the best way I know how, where it's no favoritism, it's no, you know, old viewers versus new viewers, you know, it's just all of this stuff that makes this not necessarily fun for me to do. So when people start like, when I think, and it's also, I have to say this, it's um, happening all via chat, so I can't understand tone and inflection. So when I see people, they may be kidding, but I can't tell that. So I start to feel like, oh shit, I've pissed somebody off or I've negated somebody or whatever, and then my energy starts to tank. And my energy, to be honest, is already in um, a kind of delicate place, as is everyone else's. I totally get everybody else's energy is in a delicate place, but mine is too. And so I'm just trying to serve a purpose during this fucking catastrophe we're all living through and make sense of it, right? It makes me sad that people are suffering right now. But getting online and talking about my sadness around it isn't going to help anybody. We are all one in the end, Donna. I believe that. I just fear that most people still are in fear. I fear that most people are in fear. How's that for meta? You know, I hope that people actually come together and do the right thing in this situation. And I don't know. Well, it remains to be seen. You know, will people let fear lead or will they let love lead? And that's the thing that I pray for every day. Thank you, Jen Nichols. How are you? But it is a catastrophe, like, Emily, but I don't want people to get caught up in it, you know? Like, that's not the point. I want to get people away from it. I want to, I want people to feel good again. I pray for that every day. And it sucks when there's like people that you care about that are in fear, you know, and you can't do anything to change it. This is not something that we can control. And so we just have to, like, what I've been doing a lot is meditating and, you know, trying to be there for the people that I care about in the best way that I can, which isn't very much right now because we're all stuck in our own homes. I just, Ah, I'm just gonna do a group card for everybody, and then I'm gonna sign off because I think that maybe I'm just a little bit too emotional right now. So let me just see what do we need to know right now. And I pray for each and every one of you that, like, you guys find peace and ease and happiness and joy again. I do believe that there's a purpose in all of this, and I believe that things are going to get better. And I just feel like sometimes that belief is fighting against an entire planet that's suffering. And I think that it's important that each and every one of us hold on to that belief within ourselves. As hard as we can, as strong as we can, we need to believe in that. Right now, more so than ever. And if we can hold that visualization, and even though I'm crying, like, it's not that I'm crying because I know that my feelings are real, right? Like, to me, that's the part of me that I know is sort of real, right? And so it's not a bad thing that I'm crying. Nobody has to feel bad for me or anything like that. What I know to be true is that I feel for everybody, and that's a beautiful thing, right? And so I think that all of us need to kind of stay focused on as positively as we can, right? And I pray that we are going to get through this. I look at some of the stuff and I'm not sure how we're going to get through this. So this is the Three of Crystals, which is creativity. And to me, again, it's a mental card, right? This is about, and this is for the group, guys, this is for all of you. You can take this message and you can run with it, or you can leave it here and, maybe we'll do this next week. The Three of Crystals to me is about coming together in creative thought, coming in together. This to me would represent sort of all of this junk down here to me is like sort of maybe what we're in. And when we look at this one crystal growing up here, to me this is the crystal that's the creative thought that is growing up out of this sort of mess or discombobulation, that sees the grander picture, that sees the brighter horizon, that sees that there's like sort of light and sky out there. There's opportunities out there to be had. There's room for movement, even though we're all confined to our house. Take this time to like go inward. Take this time to get in touch with yourself. Take this time to figure out what it is you want next, and start to picture this all being over. I mean, in the sense that like we reach an ending or a culmination with this fucking pandemic. And so this pandemic is going to teach us. I know it is, and I think it's going to be for the better. But it's just, we have to get around our own relationship to it, or our own thoughts around it. It just sucks, man, when you feel like you can't do anything to change it. And what sucks is like, there's people that I care about that are really freaked out, and I'm freaked out too, but like, I kind of try not to watch the news so I can live in my little like rose-colored glasses world. But it's the people that I care about that I don't want like to suffer, right? It's even people I don't know that I don't want to suffer. I don't like that anybody is worried right now. I don't like that people don't have jobs to go to and money to feed their kids and shit. But that's like the new reality. So, but I believe that Spirit has a reason for this. I believe that God, the high source, universe, whatever you want to call it. I believe that there's a, like what they say in spiritualism, today is Hydesville Day, right? Spiritualism is a spiritual sort of religion, right? I would call it a religion that sort of their sole purpose is to prove life is like continuous, that death, when we die, we don't necessarily, our spirit still lives on, right? Or our soul lives on. And so spiritualism teaches that through certain tenets. Today is Hydesville Day, right? Which is when the Fox sisters first heard the rappings. I guess it was in 1848, and that was the starting of modern day spiritualism. And spiritualism believes that there is a higher intelligence on the other side that is working alongside us here in this third dimensional world. And I believe that. And I believe that there is a plan. I just don't know what the plan is, right? I trust that in the end we'll learn what we needed to learn. I just don't know what it is that everybody needs to learn, but we're all certainly in the process of it right now, right? So, my heart is like totally big, don't I? Bigger than I like. It's not bigger than I like. I think that as I get older, I realize it's the only part of me that like is really real in this world. So I just hope you guys all are okay and that you can get through this. And I'll be back on tomorrow morning for the forecast. Don't fight over numbers when I come on to do reading cards. And just don't give up on hope. You know, just because I'm crying doesn't mean that I don't have hope. I totally have hope. I'm just sort of like, it just breaks my heart that like it came to this, that we had to go through this to learn. Ugh. But we will learn. It'll show us. Alright, you guys, so just whatever you do, shine bright in your own homes, even by yourself. Just try and stay as high vibration as you can. As I'm bawling my eyes out. But I don't necessarily think that tears are low vibration. Sadness is just as a legitimate emotion as laughter, right? And it can be just as pure and true as laughter. It can be just as strong and powerful a guide. So don't worry about me that I'm crying. I cry all the time. But it's that Pisces, Venus, and Pisces sign, and Pisces Mercury. It's gonna get better. I pray and I hope that it's gonna get better. It's just, I don't know when. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go brain dead over, like go get brain dead over some TV or something, I don't know, or go read. But I'm sorry I got all stern papa with you guys. I just didn't want to see anybody fighting, and I didn't want to feel like people weren't getting what they needed. Sorry this wasn't the most fun help you hour. I don't know if it was helpful, but I tried. I did my best. That's all we can do right now. Think creatively, use your mind, come together, support each other, shine your light, be bright, believe in yourself, allow this time to transform you, allow it to turn you into whatever it is you need to be so that you can move through your life with grace and ease when it is ready to move. Alright, you guys, I'll talk to you all later. Take care. Good night.